All right, at my hotel, my wife was driving the truck, and she said it went into some kind of limp mode. It had like some weird code that said check something. I can't remember what she said, but I'll find out. But and then she said it wouldn't go past like 30 miles an hour, so it was technically in limp mode. But I just cranked it up, and now it's not showing any codes or anywhere. It's not showing any check engine lights or anything here. I don't know if I should try to drive it home. I'm literally like 8 minutes from the house, so I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug in this Autel and see if it's showing any codes first before I go anywhere, because I don't want to drive it if it's not safe to drive. See, read codes. P2111 throttle actuator control system stuck open. Okay. All right, the code it gave me was for a throttle body. It said that the throttle body, it was P211, you saw it. It said something about the throttle body might be stuck open. I'm going to try to drive it home because we're almost there. And there it is. Hill start assist not available. So yeah, we're definitely in a limp mode. And I'm definitely driving on the sidewalk. Life. So a little background story. My wife was driving the truck. She went to the store. On the way back, got this error code, the same one you just saw that I got. And she pulled over, called me, and here we are. That's a storm right there. Coming around. Not a big deal, you know, whatever. Anyway, can't get any worse, right? So, and that's the storm right there. Okay, anyway, so we're waiting on a tow truck because there's no point in trying to drive it home. I got like 50 feet before it went back into limp mode, so yeah. You know it's Father's Day weekend. It is Father's Day weekend. Yeah. My house is literally 4 miles from here. 4 miles from here. Like, so I just got a message from Geico saying that the tow truck will be here in 65 minutes. I should have brought snacks or something. What's the old saying? Well, when life gives you lemons, what do you throw them at people? What do you do? What is it? When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Stay tuned for the lemonade. Matter of fact, make my lemonade spiked, all right? And that, my friends, is thunder. Now, since we have an hour to waste, we can talk about a number of topics. Didn't some country just declare war on some other country? Like, what is going on? Check out this weird bug I just saw at the house. Georgia, what is this? You know, I'm really starting to think sports is rigged. All of it. If you were a golfer, you know, I was really bummed out, of course. This sucks. Okay, clearly this sucks. I'm sitting on the side of the road, waiting on a tow truck. So this sucks. And I first was thinking, wow, well, some amazing Father's Day weekend this has turned out to be. Then I thought about it. I'm thinking about this the wrong way. It's probably something I can fix myself. Number one, I'm really sad that it happened as my wife was driving the truck. But I'm happy it happened now and it doesn't happen tomorrow when we're all in the truck and I got the kids with me and all that kind of stuff. So I'm actually happy. It's probably a good thing that it happened when it did. So I'm trying to think of the positives in the situation. You know, motivation crew, we always think about the positive. I'm trying to think about the positive in the situation and not be so bummed out about it. But for real though, if you were a gopher, I'm not yet sure what the solution is, but I did look up some throttle bodies since I'm sitting here. And they're like $60, electronic throttle body. They're like $60. The most expensive one was like $80. Like there was 4 screws, and I'm pretty sure there's a gasket that goes with it. And hopefully it comes with it. And I feel like somebody just did something with their throttle body. Oh, Red Coyote Fords. Where you at? I think he just replaced his throttle body not too long ago. Hit me up. In the meantime, whoa. That's not looking too happy. Yeah, the crazy part is you can actually see it moving. It's actually coming this way. You can see it moving. That's crazy. Tow truck driver just Finished another tow and should be en route to me next. Another 45 minutes. Is that our guy? I think that's our guy right there. All right, our guy's here. Rule number 1 for 2025. Let's clean our engine bay. No more dirty engine bays. Yeah. So the issue we had yesterday, or a couple days ago now, I don't know, it's weird. Just like I said, went in limp mode. I looked up the code. It was P2111, which is throttle body actuator. So I looked it up on Google, and apparently that means that your throttle body is either stuck open or stuck closed. So a lot of people just replace their throttle body, which I could do. A lot of people just, I was told that a solution is that you could just clean it. So to get to our throttle body, we have to open this air box to get the lid off, so we get some slack, and then we have a clamp right here. Take the clamp off, and this screws, if you see right there, get it closer. See right there, it just screws off the throttle body, so you can actually see your throttle body. There's one electrical plug right here. If you want to replace it, take the electrical plug off. There's a tab right here. You pull the red tab up, and then you pull the whole thing up. All right, so to remove the cover for the air cleaner, it's just these two clamps right here. Pull that one back, pull that one back, and it's in the grooves back here in the back. There are 4 grooves back here, so you're gonna have to pull it forward. There you go. And I have a K&N high flow air filter, which is surprisingly really still clean. Might need to be oiled again, but you know, my truck's on a 8-inch lift, so you know, I had to get a ladder to get in my truck. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I still need a ladder though. And to release this hose, there's a tab right here on the bottom. Push the tab down and pull like that. All right, then we can take this hose off right here and just pull back like that. Hey, I was just looking at it from this angle. It is dirty, of course. You can see dirt all of the inside lip of it. I'm not sure if that's enough for it to get stuck open or stuck closed. I'm thinking to just replace the whole thing since we actually have one. Remember when I said every time I do a video, somebody comes outside and starts doing grass or something in the yard? Every time. It's almost like it's designed like this. I don't know. I'm kidding. Another downside to having a dirty engine bay is look how dirty this throttle body. Look at all this. I know that's the outside, of course, but I was trying to show you the inside. Look at that. So it might just be dirty, honestly. Now I did buy some throttle body cleaner, so I'm gonna try to clean it first. The only thing is, if I clean it and it's not fixed, the only way for me to know it's fixed is me to drive down the street. So I can crank it up right now and drive in and out the driveway or whatever. But if I go more than like 50 yards, that's when it goes into limp mode. So the only way for me to know if it's in limp mode still is for me to clear the code, clean it, clear the code, and then take it for a drive. And I can't really do that right now because it's just me here with the kids. My wife is out of town, so it's just me here with the kids. And I don't want to take them out, you know what I'm saying, and we get stuck somewhere. So, all right, check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I had to go get the microphone. Can you hear me? All right, cool. All right, safety precautions. Since this is an electrical part, first of all, we need to unplug it. We also need to disconnect the negative terminal on the battery. Gently take this screwdriver, pull the tab up. Oh, you can't see that. Pull the tab up like that. Then you should be able to pull the plug out. Just like that. Now see what's going on here. So if you look on the inside, you see all that gunk on the inside? Open it up, you see all that gunk on the inside? That's the problem. So we probably should just replace this because all that's just old gunk and stuff that should not be in there in the first place. So yeah, let's just replace this because this doesn't make any sense. All right, we have our 8mm for these bolts right here. You have 4, 2 there, 2 on the bottom. Release those, take off those bolts, and your whole throttle body should come off. Don't forget to unplug your tab. There's also a clip at the bottom of your wiring harness that's going into your throttle body. Don't forget to take that off. Well, you won't be able to take it off unless you take the wire harness off, so don't forget to do that. All right, this is our throttle body. I remember how it was sitting. It was sitting facing forward like this. And like I said, that's the gunk I was talking about on the inside. You see at the bottom down there and at the top, that's what I was talking about. So I'm not sure if this needed to be replaced anyway, but we're going to replace it because look at the back. Look down there. You see all that down there? It should not be that way. So I'm pretty sure I can just clean this and put it back on, but I don't want to have any more issues with it. So I think it's probably best to just replace it. The only thing that makes me hesitant is this is a Ford Motor Company part, as you can see. This one is not. This one is by a company called AUXBEAM. Now, I've heard of AUXBEAM. They're a reputable company. So I'm not really nervous about that, but let's just put it on and see what happens. Boom. There's our electronic throttle body by AUXBEAM. Expect more. Electronic throttle body. I don't know about the internals of the unit, but like I said, they look exactly the same. If you put these two parts together, you would not know the difference. And there's the part number right, or there's a part number right there. It matches that part number exactly. Yep, the same part number. Now, just so you know, I've never done anything with a throttle body. I've never changed the throttle body. I've never done anything at all with the throttle body. So if I can do this, you can do this. All right. So I noticed there's a gasket here. Well, appears to be a gasket here. This little green ring. Yeah, it's a gasket. I noticed they didn't give you another one, so I don't know if you're supposed to take this off and clean it, or it's just fine. I don't want to take it off. It's not supposed to come out, but it does come out. Yeah, I'm going to wipe that. Yeah, let me go ahead and just wipe that down just in case, and we'll put it back. It makes sense to try to clean in here a little bit so that it's not a dirty surface. I'm not going to use chemicals on here either. I'm just going to use a shop rag. Reinstall our gasket. It has that one little tab at the top that you just line up with the little opening right here. And press it in. It fits right on in there. That's for our new throttle body. Fits on just like the old one came off, right there. Now this little plastic tab on the top was actually inside this hose up here, I guess to keep it from moving. I actually just snatched it down because I didn't realize. So I'm just gonna fit that back in there, and then we'll just reverse the steps with the bolts. All right, so we got our new one back in. We need to we need to do the opposite steps all the way back. So make sure all your plugs the tabs are back in there. Go ahead and plug that back in. Push the red tab back in. This hose back on. This little piece here that sticks off, a ledge, I guess you can call it. That's where this little clip goes over. So make sure when you put it back on, make sure you extend the clip, push it all the way on until it clicks, and then push the clip back on. Make sure you do that because that'll throw some warnings too. It'll just think something's wrong, and your truck will think something's wrong, but it won't be able to tell you what it is. So that only thing left was to tighten up our clamp and then put our airbox back on, and we're actually done, kind of. All right, we got everything back in place. The weird thing to me is to see this super clean, shiny throttle body, brand new, and the rest of this truck is filthy. So what we're gonna do is gonna take a couple minutes and we're gonna wipe down our engine bay. Now, I don't pressure wash my engine bay because there's so much electronics nowadays in these vehicles, and I don't know what can get wet and what can't. I know a couple of things that can't get wet, so I don't want to take the risk at all. This is the shop rag right here. This is what it looks like now, and that's just the front part right here, and then that part right, that reservoir. That was it. That's all I cleaned so far. Clean your engine bay. 2025, clean engine bays. Next car show, hoods up. Let's go. Hi y'all, a handful of dirty shop rags later, and we got our engine bay somewhat clean. It's a lot better than it was before. All right, now let's talk about this issue, throttle bodies. So this is the first time I ever had to deal with a throttle body. Like I said before, ever in life, I never had to deal with one. The install wasn't that hard. Actually, the install was actually very easy when I came and looked at it. But what could have caused this issue is my problem. So a lot of times when something goes wrong in your vehicle, there's some sort of indication that something is wrong or that something's about to go wrong or something's about to go bad. And with this situation, there was nothing. Like I said, I drove it that morning, work and back, no problems. My wife drove it to the store, no problems. I was on the way back that this happened. And there was no warning light or anything until it actually happened. So what could have caused it to happen? If you guys have dealt with a throttle body before, let me know. Put in the comments below. I just want to know, because it's just weird that something just went wrong. You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere. Now, a lot of people told me that when they put cold air intakes on their truck, that's when they had throttle body issues, which makes sense because the cold air intake will be connected to your throttle body. It makes a lot of sense. But that's not can't be a common thing, because why is everybody getting cold air intakes? Also, speaking of cold air intakes, do they even actually work? Because a lot of people say that they don't actually do anything. They just look cool and they give it a cool sound when you're driving. And I was thinking about getting one, but let me know. That says one code found. Read the codes. Same, should be the same one. Yep, same one. Okay, and then you can go down to erase code. Cool. See, no code stored in the module. Now, the reason we have to do that is because it pretty much is like a reset. So if it thinks that the code's still there, no matter what you do, it's going to tell you that there's a code there, and you're going to get an error message on your screen, and it won't ride correctly. All right, so it's pretty much like a full reset. You clear the code. Now we take it for a drive and see what happens. Now, just like before, there's no error code on the screen, no check engine light, no nothing. It was when we drove it when stuff started popping up. So I'm gonna drive it just down the street and see what we got. Yeah, pretty sure we're good. Yes, let's go. All right, y'all. So it was really just replacing the whole throttle body. All right, so if you ever get this code, P2111, just replace your throttle body. All right, you can use the part I use. It's by a company called AUXBEAM. They're a good company. Check out their products. Yeah, this is definitely fixed. There's no way I would have been able to drive this far. Now, not only is it fixed, it's a lot quicker. Everything's more responsive than it was before. Throttle's way more responsive. You just put your foot in just a little bit. Whoa, see, it takes off in just a little bit, it didn't do that before. I remember there were times where it seemed like it would be a little sluggish when you put your foot on the gas. So earlier in the video when I was saying that there was no indication that something was wrong, maybe there was an indication that something was wrong. I just got used to it, you know. So, all right, y'all, we are done. Got it done. Got it fixed. The throttle body issue has been fixed. Okay. Just another saga in the ownership of an F150. Apparently this is a common issue. I looked it up on YouTube just now, and it's all over the place. Like, it's happened to a ton of people. So if you have this issue, just get a new throttle body. It's probably the easiest way to fix it. You can try to clean it first, like I said, or you can just get a new one. I say you just get a new one. It's 60 bucks right down Amazon. Now, this is the thing about my truck. My truck has 174,000 miles on it. So I'm not surprised when things happen, but when there's no indication, no significant indication, I should say, that something's wrong, it kind of throws you for a loop, and it's like, oh, okay, well, what's wrong now? So I'm kind of expecting things to go wrong, but then again, I'm not, because I take good care of my truck. Maintenance, general maintenance, I do everything myself. I take very good care of my truck, so, and I stay on top of it as much as I can, so it kind of was a shock that something happened in the way it did happen. Anyway, thanks for watching another video on Me and Car Keys channel. If you dealt with this issue, put in the comments below. Let me know how it went for you. If you're dealing with the issue right now, put in the comments below as well. Till next time, motivation crew, that's me, that's you. It's what we do. See you next time.